After 3 full days here at the Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, one thing is absolutely clear. This was not just another year of pitches, handshakes, and surface-level conversations. This year set the stage for something far more powerful. Stronger connections, deeper stories, and a new confidence from companies saying, we're ready to tell our story. Now, most of the companies we spoke with were not here searching for financing. That box is already checked. The challenge was more something nuanced. Telling their story in a way that actually resonates with the right audience. Because investors do not just want to hear your drill results or your PEA stats. They want to feel your conviction. They want to connect with your vision. They want to invest not only in ounces in the ground, but in possibility, in hope, in dreams. That is the human side of capital markets, and it was alive very much here in Beaver Creek. And yes, the altitude does matter. At over 8,000 feet, staying hydrated was not just a health tip, it was essential to staying sharp. Investors needed that clarity to cut through the crowd, to recognize which companies carried strength, which stories stood out, and which opportunities might otherwise be overlooked. Now, gold was, of course, the anchor of the conversations, but it wasn't the only one. Silver showed up with a new seriousness, no longer dismissed as simply high beta gold, but positioned as a metal essential to the future. Electrification, solar demand, and energy transitions. Copper, too, has entered the bull market spotlight. Structural demand from green infrastructure, supply constraints, and global policy tailwinds are all converging a great momentum. The companies with copper exposure here at Beaver Creek were not whispering, they were being heard. And then there were the whispers of platinum. Subtle, understated, but undeniable. Markets often move first in whispers before they roar. But perhaps the most profound perspective came in my sit-down with Ronnie Stoeferle, co-author of the In Gold We Trust report, The Big Long. Now, his words captured exactly what was resonating here at the summit. As the report states, we are standing at the beginning of a profound monetary era in which patience will be rewarded and those positioned early will benefit disproportionately. That single line is the lens through which this summit can be understood. Because after years of a grinding bear market, the tide has turned. We are in a bull market cycle, and with it comes something rare in this industry: the ability to exhale. The majors are collaborating with the juniors, capital is flowing with more discernment, and confidence has replaced desperation. And the transparency this year was striking. Companies were not just telling polished stories of catalysts and wins. They spoke openly about the challenges, permitting delays, community relations, operational risks, and how they are navigating them with resilience and creativity. That kind of honesty is what builds credibility. It is what builds trust. And in a market like this, trust is currency. So here's the takeaway from Beaver Creek. This was not a summit about noise, it was about nuance. Fully financed companies leaning into their story with confidence, investors looking not just for stats, but for emotional resonance. And metals, gold, silver, copper, and even platinum, standing at the forefront of a bull market that is already reshaping portfolios. The shadows are still where the finds are made, but this year the light is not just breaking through those shadows. It's sharper, it's clearer, and it's undeniable. Now remember, these are the opinions of our own and should not be used as a financial advice source. Know your own risk tolerances and always be sure to speak with your financial advisor. For more information, head to apiton.com. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk right here from the Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado. Where will we be next? Be sure to follow along on LinkedIn and YouTube to find out.